Greetings. I'm just waiting to get on live on you. Hey, there we go. Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Welcome to Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. How are you doing today? So if you are joining me over on Facebook, please click the link to join us on YouTube if you'd like to participate in the live chat. I am live over there, but if you're commenting, I will not see it unless you head over to YouTube. The link is in the description, little intro area. So hi, Rachel. How are you? Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Natalie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Who was first? I am good, Cheryl. How are you? Hi, Mimi. Welcome. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. How are you? How is everyone doing today? I'm just going to give everyone an opportunity to get on. Cheryl was first. Awesome. Okay, Cheryl. So while you are, since you were first, it says, don't forget to be awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you work as a team. You guys remember that song from the Lego movie? That original one? There were so many messages in that little cartoon. After we saw it, my son and I were singing it forever. And then it got to the point where he got tired of hearing me sing it. I still sing it to this day, you see. So let's see, Cheryl, I'm going to pull your personal card. So for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. The way this works is every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, we go live here for our Empower Hour. The first person on, please comment first because I'll be pulling a personal card for you. Now, hi, Fancy. Welcome. Welcome. So yes, so Cheryl was first, so she's going to get her card. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Yes, it's been, okay, see how that one just kind of rolled out? It's been hot out here too. Hey, Nikki, good morning. Oh, I'm so grateful that you loved it. Hey, Diamond, how are you? Okay, so this card actually came in upside down, Cheryl, and it is healing. I'm hearing there's still some healing that you've got to do. And I was going to switch it and say you're being called to do. I was like, nope, I'm going to give it to you like I get it. I'm hearing your heart is wounded and it's time to release. There's residue of past pains that's stuck. It's almost like it's stuck in the chambers of your heart is what I'm hearing. And for you, this energy is creating physical discomfort. It will begin to spread. So you can start by literally getting in touch with whatever this is, whatever you think of when this message is being delivered, getting in touch with that, actually visualizing yourself breathing out the pain, breathing it out, releasing it, setting the intention to release it, you know, looking at yourself in the mirror every day and saying, I am so grateful that I have released whatever pain is stuck in the chambers of my heart. And so it is, calling on Archangel Raphael to heal you, calling on your guides, your angels to help loosen it and release it. But you're being called to heal. It would serve you to work with someone, and that someone doesn't have to be me. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. You're just being called to work with someone, whomever you resonate with on a soul level. Do the initial steps yourself, but if you feel like it's still not completely releasing it, then it's time to seek assistance. You've got everything within you to make your life better than it's ever been. But it's about acknowledging the things that are still there as opposed to pushing forward as if they no longer exist. You've done some work on yourself, and this is good, but you're being called to complete the mission. Okay, thank you. So that was your message, Cheryl. Let me know how that resonates with you. Um, yeah, let me know. So let's see what you all are saying. Natalie said, "Hey, Diamond." Diamond said, "I'm good. Chatting with Spirit via writing. Awesome, awesome." Cheryl said, "Wow." Oh, Diamond said, "I'm going to start taking my lunches late on Wednesday. I'm outside and no interruptions." Awesome. I'm so grateful. Hi, Kyria. Welcome. So, I don't know if you all saw, but yesterday I uploaded a video that was super random, but I believe I'm going to create a playlist on my channel that's called Welcome to My Kitchen. And just randomly, when I'm cooking things that are delicious and my son is here, because, we completed Meatless May and I posted recipes every day in the month of May. And for those of you that are choosing to continue on this journey, I'm just going to randomly share. What I thought about after I posted that was if I had told my son, pause the video. And then when it gets down to the point where it's cooked up and it looks like beef, then you can restart it and show. So that was like the first run. So it was pretty much just me showing you, and I didn't do the prepping. I didn't record all of that. But I am so incredibly sprung off of the walnuts as a ground beef substitute. I cannot tell you how good it is, how delicious it is. My son loves it. And he's like if he loves it, it's good because he's so anti anything vegan, right? Anything vegan, even fruits and vegetables. Okay. He's so against it, but he loves it. It's delicious. So check that video out if you get an opportunity. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Welcome. Cheryl said, "Thank you. It resonated. Awesome. I'm so grateful and you're welcome. You're welcome." So let's go ahead and get started with our breathing. Let's get started with our breathing. So those of you that have joined, we do this every Wednesday. And what we're doing is we're just going to relax our shoulders, just let them drop, relax our spine, and literally just close your eyes. And what you're going to do is inhale slow and deep, breathing in love and light. And then with every exhale, you're going to release all that no longer serves you slowly out your mouth. Now, if you're focusing on something specific that you're choosing to release, then you can feel and visualize yourself releasing that. We're also going to do a grounding exercise so that you can see how quick and easy this can be, and you can incorporate it in your daily routine if you are not doing it already, okay? The only thing that I don't do with you guys here is the protection, which is something that I also recommend you add to your daily routines, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. And as you are breathing, I will be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra, but the energy is intelligent. It is going to go wherever your soul is calling for the healing, okay? So let's go ahead and close your eyes and inhale slow and deep, love and light through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth, slowly releasing all that's no longer serving you. And again, inhale love and light through your nose. And release. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, guardians, mermaids, mermen, fairies, and all helpful companions of highest light and love. I call you in today to fill this space. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for opening the hearts and the minds of those I'm called to serve today. And I thank you for all the abundance that you are blessing us all with. And so it is. Thank you. So just continue to breathe, inhaling slow and deep through your nose and releasing out through your mouth. And as you breathe, allow your crown chakra to open, located at the top of your head. Opening your crown chakra now. Allowing love and light to pour into your crown. And feeling that energy traveling down to your third eye chakra, extending out to your ear chakras, down to your throat and your heart, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, down your thighs and your legs into your feet, feeling that tingling sensation as your feet grow roots, and allowing those roots to connect to the center of Mother Earth. And when you feel that connection is made, allow yourself to connect with the heartbeat of Mother Earth, bringing her energy in up through your feet, up to your root and your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, extending out to your ears and up and out your crown. And allow that energy of Mother Earth to connect to the divine source of highest light and love, far and deep in the cosmos. And allow that energy to come back down in your crown, circulating back to Mother Earth, coming back in, and just allowing that flow of energy to fill your entire cellular being, assisting with loosening and releasing all that's no longer serving you, and filling those spaces with love and light, and setting the intention for this healing energy to be flowing and circulating through your entire cellular being throughout the rest of your day. And so it is. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Oh, tell Cassandra I said hello, and I'm glad that she's watching. I'm glad that she's watching, that she's able to watch. I don't know why she's not getting the live chat option. Maybe she's using the link that I shared with her. That is like the welcome video. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. But on Facebook, I did share the link to this actual chat. So, okay, let's see. Let's see what message Spirit has for us today. Okay. And one more from the top. Now, are all of these meant to be in reverse? I'm getting a yes. Now, I realize they're reversed because I was holding the deck upside down because they are all reversed. But Spirit said they are meant to be that way. Okay. We actually got Unbound again. We had that one last week too. Look at me remembering cards from last week. There was a time when I couldn't remember how to say my name. Oh, let's see. Okay, so I am going to start with these cards that we have right now, and if Spirit guides me to do more, I will. So the first card we got, which came in upside down, is Alchemy. And again, when it's upside down, that indicates that there's some sort of block, or this is an area that Spirit is putting your attention on, your focus for you to improve. Now, what this is saying is that we are all born alchemists, which means that we are many musicians. You know, we are many magicians when we are born, and we have the capacity to become these grand magicians that manifest the life that we desire and deserve, right? But this is upside down because Spirit is saying you're not living fully in your power. Therefore, you're hindering yourself from really creating magic and miracles in your life. So what Spirit is saying, it's time for you to unpack the luggage. And I'm hearing the Bag Lady, Erykah Badu song, you know, Bag Lady, you gonna break your back. I believe that's what she said, carrying all that baggage around. So all of the things from your past, it's time to let it go. Like it serves no purpose anymore. It did what it was called to do. So why are you carrying it around? You know, and it's like, you're moving slow because you got all this heavy weight on your spirit. You're thinking slow, or your thinking is chaotic because of all this heaviness on your spirit. Spirit is saying, give yourself permission to release and move on. And as I'm saying that, I'm being told to also bring up the fact that another person's opinion of you is not your concern, right? Why do you allow people to dictate your feelings, right? So I'm being told to share with you a personal experience I just recently had. So you all know that I've been divorced since December of last year, but we were, able to maintain some sort of relationship, if you will, as far as a family connection, a friendship connection. And recently, I've been led to really protect my interests, right? So, because I'm protecting my interests, I'm now being accused of all of these things that in the past I would have felt it necessary to explain myself until this person saw me for who I am. But at this point, it's like, that saying, don't argue with the fool because from a distance you can't tell who's who. I'm not going to argue because what you feel is what you feel, what you believe is what you believe. And I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. So your opinion of me does not matter. And Spirit is saying that we're being called to all be like that. Like there's no need to defend yourself. There's no need to address it. Stay in your light, stay in your power. This is also diminishing your ability to be fully in your power and manifest this magic in your life, right? Because if you are worried about what other people are saying or thinking, it's bringing your vibration down, whether you acknowledge it or not. They don't deserve all that. You are a powerful creator, is what I'm being told to tell you. You're a powerful creator, and there is nothing outside of your reach. So if you are someone that is dreaming big, Spirit is saying, congratulations. See, it's that 7, 2, and 5. Congratulations, keep going. If you are someone that is dreaming small, Spirit is saying, stop that. There is nothing outside of your reach. In our last REM group session, it came up where when we think in terms of the Bible, walking on water, parting the Red Sea, that was nothing but manifestation at its finest, right? That wasn't something that was reserved for just these biblical figures. We all have the ability to walk on water and part the Red Sea. So what are you doing with your magic? Are you utilizing it? Or is it just wasting away? Spirit is saying it's time to utilize it. Let's see what you all are saying. Nikki said, your hand is holding on to junk. Your hand is no longer open to receive. Exactly. When your hand is holding on to junk. It's so true. So true. Hey, Javi. Natalie said, F apologies. I would say I'm sorry if I really meant it. That's from a JoJo song. You know who you are and you ain't sorry. Exactly. Exactly. The thing is, people get so used to you giving your power away and not being in your power to where when you are, they don't know how to react. They think you're being spiteful. They think you're being angry. They think you're out to get them, right? They're just reflecting on you the things that are within them. So why would we take anything personal when in reality, it's not really what they feel about us? They're just going within, and these are all the things they feel about self. This is how they would react, right? So why would we even bother ourselves with that? The people that know themselves will know you, right? The people that know themselves will know you. And if a person does not know you or they cannot feel you, it's not your responsibility to change their perception of you. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Now I said, I love this message. Thank you. It is mine. You are so welcome. Hey, Alatha. So I have the tea message today, but I would love to see yours. Mine says embrace nature. Cheryl said, this is good. Natalie said, yep. When you have had no boundaries and you finally set some, it feels like an attack to those seeking unlimited access. It is so true. So true. Francie said what Natalie said. Yes. So listen, this one was upside down as well. And it's the love card. It's the love card. And the reason this is upside down is because Spirit is just saying more self-love. When you love you and you're solid in who you are, what else is there, right? Everything else is a bonus, right? Everything else is a bonus. The cupcake's not worried about the cake. The cupcake is just worried about being its pretty little self, It's pretty little petite self and that little wrapper. I'm like a snack. You can eat me. You can eat some, save some. What the cake got going on is not my concern. Oh, you love me? Great. Put some frosting on it. But guess what? I'm awesome without the frosting, right? Oh, you going to add a cherry? That's awesome too. But I still taste good. You can even eat me when I'm badder, right? So this is what we're called to be, like this cute little cupcake. We're called to be like the cupcake and really begin loving ourselves more. And how do we do this? We do it by showing up for self, right? We do it by not shortchanging self. What are you being guided to do that you're putting off? It's like, I'm being told to tell you, when you're told to do something because it serves your highest good, you're not loving yourself. When you ask spirit, when you ask the divine to help you be the best version of yourself, and then you receive guidance and you don't do it, you don't take action, it's because somewhere within you don't feel worthy to receive what you're saying you desire. So spirit is saying it's about getting clear with yourself. It's about identifying your fears. It's about identifying your internal feelings of lack. And it's about healing that, right? Because you could have all the answers. Most of us in reality, we know exactly what it takes. We know exactly what to do, but that's not enough, right? It's not enough to know. Knowledge itself isn't power. It's knowledge and applied action that's power. But if you aren't taking action, it's because somewhere within you're lacking the self-love. And it's not your fault, right? It's no one's fault. It's your past experiences. The past is not your fault. It's your past experiences. But your responsibility is to yourself in the now. What are you going to do in the now to begin loving yourself more? And the more you love yourself, the more you love life. And the more you love yourself and you love life, the more experiences you receive to continue to love self and life. So it's just time. It's time. There's no more time for that stinking thinking, replan those old narratives that keep you stuck and stagnant and bogged down. It's no more time for that. It is time for you to rise up as this brilliant alchemist that you are, this brilliant servant of the light that you are, so that you can get to work. And you'll get rewarded for doing so, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Javi, it is the Healing Yourself reading cards. Diamond said, I'm all for loving meat and cake and cupcakes. Me too. I haven't had any in a while though, because every time I go, I guess the spirit, right? Every time I go to the market that sells the vegan cake, they don't have it. Oh, they don't have any vegan cake that I like, although there is an actual bakery that sells a bunch of vegan cupcakes that are so delicious. I'm like thinking about it now, getting all excited. Let's see. Natalie said, I'm all for loving me. Oh, Diamond said that. Okay, Diamond said, gotta get it before Junkless July. Yes. Natalie said, yes, I'm a cupcake. Okay, I'll go back to the gym. Cheryl say, you're speaking to me. Javi say, you recently leveled up. I can feel it through the screen. Thank you, Javi. And you know what? I recently added Level Up to my abundance playlist, and that is my song, that Sierra song. I mean, if someone comes at me and I feel my vibration about to be affected, I just start singing and dancing Level Up, and my mood is through the roof. You know what I mean? It is through the roof. Part of the guidance that you gave me, that spirit delivered to you to give to me, which was to let go of that financial the financial agreement, and to just trust and be like, you know what, forget about it. I did that. And that was a major level up. It was a major level up, that trusting. And believe you me, spirit has rewarded me greatly for that trusting. It's amazing. It is so amazing. So I'm sharing this because, listen, you guys heard me talk about this a little bit, where there were some things that I was owed from my ex money-wise, and it wasn't a small chunk of change. And Spirit delivered a message to Javi, who is actually one of the amazing psychics on the Ashworth Live Sculpting team. So is Nikki, who's also here live. But this message was delivered to Javi to deliver to me. And it was to let it go. Like there was energy attached to this financial situation. And as long as I was receiving it, I was attached to that energy. So all Spirit has to do is tell me once. It doesn't matter what that money was paying for in my life, because trust me, it was paying for bills. It doesn't matter when Spirit says, let it go. You don't have to tell me twice. It's done, finito. It's it. And I trust and know that Spirit will provide. And after I did it, my months financially have been amazing. Okay, amazing. They haven't been that amazing in a little while now, but it all stemmed from trust. It all stemmed from trust, surrender, and taking action based on the guidance I received, right? And that's the key. Trust, having that unwavering faith. Having that unwavering faith gives you the courage to surrender. And then when you do, you take action accordingly. Spirit will bless you. Spirit will show up every time. You don't have to know how. You just have to know that it will happen, right? So, yes, that is my song. And after watching you today, Natalie, your pick a card, I added Diva to my playlist too. That used to be my song. I couldn't believe it wasn't on there. Now this one came in upside down too. And what it says is sexual arts. Sexual arts. So I'm being told some of you are focusing too much on sex and some of you aren't focusing enough on sex, right? Now, in this spiritual world, we are not called to be nuns. Don't want none, don't get none, don't do none, right? That is not what this is about. We are not placed in these boxes of being these perfect, holier than thou individuals. No, we are human beings, in this lifetime where our soul, our spirit, are the divine in human form, having a human experience. So we're being called to enjoy and partake in the pleasures of the flesh. Now, that doesn't mean just be reckless with it, right? It doesn't mean that. This message is coming through for those of you that may think, okay, now that I'm spiritual, let me button up and, No, that's not what that is, right? But it's also not saying just spread them wide and spread them low to everybody that comes in your path, because keep in mind, when you are engaging in sexual activity, you are taking on the energy of that individual, right? You're connecting cords to their soul. So it's important that you're mindful on your partners, but Spirit is saying it's okay. Now, when we also get back to the whole idea of alchemy, sex magic is a thing. Sex magic is a thing. It's a very powerful manifestation tool. So if you are with someone that you love, and that someone that you love could be yourself. Listen, I've been celibate since my last trip to see my twin flame. And so oftentimes that person I love is me. And if that's your case, that's fine. However, this is another way for you to tap into the alchemist within. This is another way for you to increase your ability to manifest, right? And if you are someone that is overly obsessed with sex, Spirit is saying it's really important for you to dig deep and understand what that stems from and heal that, right? Because addiction of any form, it hinders you from being the best version of yourself. So it's time for you to really just do a total and complete check on yourself. You think about when you go to the doctors and there's something wrong and you just can't figure out what it is. So you request a full scan of everything, a full workup. Well, Spirit is saying energetically and spiritually, you're being called to do a full workup on yourself, right? I'm being told to tell you it's also time for you to accept yourself for who you are. So when we're keeping in the theme of this card, we've said this before, start getting in the mirror, taking your clothes off and admiring yourself. Like this body of yours, it is so amazing. This body of yours is housing a piece of the divine, of God, of source. This body is brilliant. This body is beautiful. Why would you hate any part of yourself? Any part of yourself. So Spirit is saying, take a time out and love on you. Take a time out and love on you. Let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Star Power Blue. Welcome. Let's see. Fancy says, someone just stole all my belongings out of my car. I brushed it off and called on my guys to keep my energy clear. I know I'm being tested. I was like, boy, bye. I'm Fancy Frenchwood. Okay. And in the words of Natalie, period. And then look, Natalie's like, oh yes, love Diva. Javi is laughing. No, it says, spread them wide and spread them low. I'm howling. Yes, on the fact that you would mention sex magic. That was a huge synchronicity. Nikki said, yes. Isis said, listen, you're so welcome. Diamond said, I shut down 3 years ago. No wonder I need so much root work. A lot that said, Fancy, keep that attitude, sending you love and positive energy. And speaking of which, how are things going with your car? Last week, that let us know that her car was stolen, which was a test for her, and she kept her energy and gratitude also. Is there anything else for that card? I'm being told to tell you also embrace the one you love, right? You know, oftentimes we're also taught to play this game, right? We're taught the man is supposed to chase, the woman is supposed to be chased, right? And if we break from that cycle, things are off balance. And no, that's not always the case. If you see something that piques your interest, whether you are a man or a woman, go for it, pursue it. If you love someone and you haven't told them you love them lately, and as I'm saying, you haven't told them, Spirit is saying, not just with your words, but through your actions, do so, right? Because we can tell a person we love them, but how do we show them? How do we show them? And also people that say they love us, Spirit is saying for us to look at how they show us. Because words alone mean nothing. So if a person says, I love you, but their actions say otherwise, Spirit is saying, going back to this love, this self-love, you got to love yourself enough to know that your way of loving me may not be the way that I love being loved. And if that's the case, guess what? Boy, bye, like Fancy said. So let's go on to the next one, Unbound. And it says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Now, as we're talking about those love relationships, those sexual encounters that we have had in the past, releasing soul ties and cutting cords or calling the fragmented pieces of your soul home, that's not just an application to traumatic experiences, right? It's also in relation to past lovers. So you may have done the work as it relates to your traumas. You may be doing the work as it relates to your traumas, but you may not be focusing on past relationships. Spirit is saying, include that. So this week, before we do our next Wednesday Live and Power Hour, do some soul retrieval work, calling the fragmented pieces of your soul home, releasing all soul connection, all soul ties that connects you and past lovers, right? Cut those cords so that you are free to move into love. And that love starts with self. Now, again, we're the cupcakes. So if you get your twin flame, a soulmate, or a significant other, or even if it's just a bed buddy that's vibrating high, because remember, that's important where we are in our lives now, you're free to move because you have no more soul ties to these past lovers. And that was the message that was coming through. Although, you're spiritual, it's okay to have a bed buddy if you have an understanding and if they're vibrating at your frequency or above, right? It's all about the frequency. It's all about the frequency. Also, I'm being told to tell you to be truthful with yourself about what it is you're seeking. In a union with self and with others. Your union with self will reflect the union you have with others. I don't know why love is coming up today, but Spirit is saying it's time to disconnect, cut those cords from those past beings. And if you're still connected to someone that's not, or someone's that's not serving you. In the physical, like you're still interacting, Spirit is saying it's time to let that go. You are right now bound by these ties, these soul connections. Spirit is saying to unbind yourself, break free, break free. Let's see what you all are saying. A lot that said today I left for vacation. Woohoo! Thursday and came in last night. I was not allowing that to ruin my vacation. Good, good, good. Awesome, awesome. And see how that worked? When your car was stolen, you stayed in gratitude. You recognized it for the test that it was. You had a great vacation, and now you're picking up your vehicle Thursday. Diamond says, sometimes I have to cut those cords a few times. A few of them were thick. Yes, and here's the thing. Sometimes you may have to periodically go back in and continue to do that, because just like there are cords that connect you to them, there are cords that connect them to you. And unless you are both cutting, then their cords can still have a potential to be connected, right? You can also communicate with the higher self of another being, right? So anytime you're going to do some healing work on someone or any sort of energy work on someone, you can't just do that without their permission, but you may not be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, is it okay? So you can connect with their highest self and get permission, right? Now, here's the other thing. You may choose to do some energy work or some healing on your ancestors that have transcended, right? And still, again, connecting with their highest self to get permission. So as you're doing this work, just make sure that if you choose to do any work on them as it relates to you, you connect with their highest self and get permission. Hi, Phyllis. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So we also got Align Your Life. You guys remember that snap filter that had that face? It says, what is not aligned or needs to change? So what's not aligned and what serves your highest good to change? That's a question to ask yourself. What in your life right now is not aligned with who you're choosing to be? If you'd like to share it, share it. Let us know. Release it. Release it. Let us know what's not aligned in your life right now with who you're choosing to be. And how can you get aligned? What is it going to take for you to release that and be totally aligned with the person you're choosing to be? It's time to stop wavering. It's time to stop going back and forth. It's time to stop straddling the fence. It's so easy to be all in, because being all in doesn't mean that you can't be yourself. And as you align with who you're choosing to be, the things that bring you joy, the things that bring you pleasure shift. So it doesn't feel like you're giving anything up. You can still have fun. You can still go to happy hour with your girlfriends or your guy friends or your group of friends. You can still have parties. You can still hang out and just kiki and ha-ha. It doesn't mean you become this nun. That's not what that means. It doesn't mean you stop living life. So release that belief that being spiritual means you have to be perfect, because you already are perfect in every stage. There's a purpose in every version of you. And when you accept that, you allow that perfection of who you are, that divinity within, to continue to rise to the top. But if you fight it and you think you're flawed, whether it's an internal flaw or a physical flaw, then you're keeping yourself vibrating way down here and you're hindering yourself. So stop it. Stop it. You are so welcome, Natalie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the next card that we got is Love Heals Fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people be less afraid. So I'm being told to give you this example. So for instance, with all the things that happens in the news with, the slaughtering of innocent Black people, and, after everything was going on, they're around here, at least, I don't know if it's all over the world, but people started to have like these blue strips of tape on their vehicle. And amongst the Black community or the urban community, we just all kind of assumed that it meant that they were in support of the slaughtering of innocent Black people, right? And so I was just like, well, wait, where do we get that from? I mean, who said that? Are we assuming that's what it means, or what does it really mean? So I said, you know what? The next person I see with this on their vehicle, I'm going to ask them what it means. And I showed up in love. I showed up in respect, and I asked. And he said, no, that's not what it means. It just means that I support, you know, my friends that are firefighters and police officers. Now, I don't know if that was the truth. You know, we shook hands. I thanked him for telling me. But the point is for us to show up in love. And sometimes showing up in love means not assuming the worst, right? Not assuming the worst, because this world is filled with bullies. This world, and bullies are those, you know, elite that is attempting to control you through all sorts of channels. So instead of thinking, I'm not being controlled, but I'm angry, or I'm going to assume, you're still being controlled. So Spirit is saying, be in your love, be in your light at all times and in every situation, right? It doesn't mean that things won't trigger you to react. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, but then release it. And when you approach whomever is that outsider, show up in that love and light, that loving space. Because again, you don't have to be perfect. You already are. So as a human being, you have feelings and emotions. And some of those feelings and emotions are anger, are hurt, are upset. But it's how do you show up? Right? And when you love yourself more, you're able to love the world more, because you are the world and the world is you. Everything in this world is you, and you are everything in this world. So when you show up in that space of loving you, it's easier to show up in the world in that place, right? Nikki said you planted a seed with them. Spirit said that you did that because you did it out of love. Yes. And Nicole said yes. Is there anything else for this card? What Spirit is saying is also fear. Fear is sometimes expressed as hate, and fear is sometimes received as hate, right? So if you can say, what is this hate really? What is it really? At the bottom of the spectrum, all it is fear. And when you can look at someone as being afraid, you can have more compassion towards them as opposed to feeling like it's someone that hates, right? So Spirit is saying right now you're being called to use your spiritual logic, right? And really unpacking the layers, because we're being called to shift this collective consciousness, but it starts here. It starts with self. So Spirit is saying unpack it for them in your mind so that you can show up in that love and that compassion. Again, don't give your power away. Don't allow them to control your vibration. Bless your heart. You don't really hate me. You just fear me. It's okay. You know, I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you love. Bless your heart. You know what I mean? So yeah. If this Empower Hour is resonating with you on any level, if you haven't given the video a thumbs up yet, please make sure you go ahead and do so. It helps us get the message out. It helps it show up like in the news feed of others that are on YouTube. So let's help get the message out by liking it if it resonates. Now we got practice. It says the best way to be good at a skill is to practice. Practice until you get it right. So instantly as I'm saying this, I'm recalling how many people say, I don't know how to meditate. And it's like, all you're going to do is breathe. Inhale slow and deep in through your nose, exhale slowly out through your mouth, and just focus on your breath. You can chant a mantra while you're breathing. You can literally say inhale, exhale, right? All it takes is consistent action, which is practice, and you'll get it. Your thoughts are never, ever, ever going to be still until you practice stilling your thoughts, right? So also, what I'm being told is your practice, your daily practice, you know, whether it's your routine, your rituals, what are you doing for yourself every day? Spirit is saying practice, practice, practice. Continue with your practice. Don't slack on your practice. You know, it includes cleansing yourself, protecting yourself, setting your intentions for the day. It includes your prayer, your meditation, your chanting, your study, whatever your practice is for you. Spirit is saying, do it every day. That's another way you show up in love. And the reason this message keeps coming through is because until we are all doing it, Spirit is going to keep delivering it. Now, if you're doing it, Spirit is saying good job. But if you are not, this one's for you. No judgment. Don't judge yourself. Just get to it. Star Power Blue said, fear is one of my obstacles. And, one of the ways of releasing fear is testing the power of the divine. Start with manifesting something small that you're either afraid of or you don't feel like you can create, and just put all of your trust, your faith, and your belief in the divine, and start setting the intention. I am choosing to release fear now. I am so grateful that I have released fear now. And so it is. And so it is. And just literally, when you think of something that makes you feel afraid, pay attention to where you feel it in your body. And most often it's going to be associated with one of your chakras. That's the chakra to focus on with the healing, right? Okay. And also, I'm being told to pull more cards, but I'm also being told to tell you, and if you are seeking assistance with that healing, that energy work, Luminous Staria has joined the Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting team. She's brilliant at Reiki and healing. Don't sleep on her. Check out my website. You can schedule with her there. So these are the cards that we got. We got past life issue. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. So as it relates to fear, oftentimes it does stem from a past life experience, right? So this is a great way to release it. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, and heal from those past experiences. Now, we also got Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. So anytime that you are choosing to release anything or heal anything, call on Archangel Raphael for extra support and all the angels that assist him, And when you call on your guides or angels, make sure you're stating of highest light and love. Because when you're welcoming in these spiritual beings into your home or into your life, if you aren't specific and you're just opening those portals, then you can open those portals for energies or entities that enter that are not of highest light and love. So I'm just going to see what you all are saying. Alatha, what does your T say today? I'm just going to wait and see if you guys have any comments. No one has any comments today. Ooh, okay. I'm being told to pull one more card. One more card. And I was just told to tell you, you are the unicorn. You are the unicorn. That mystical creature that people love, but they don't always believe is real. You are that unicorn, that mystical creature that people love, but they don't always believe it's real. And you know what? Here's the thing I'm being told to tell you. There was something that I was led to tell Staria at our last spiritual happy hour or after. Not everyone is judging you, right? And because she can pretty much feel and read thoughts, at first it didn't really sink in exactly what I was saying. But I'm going to say it again. No one is judging you. No one is judging you. When it feels like you're being judged, what they're doing is they're judging the parts of themselves that they see in you, right? That they either aren't comfortable with or that they don't like. It's not them judging you, it's them judging self. So no one's judging you. Don't take it personal. A person's opinion of you is not a measure of your value or your worth. This is something that Spirit is just bringing up again because it's important that we get it. In order for us to be these strong, powerful teachers, leaders, healing facilitators, it's important that we understand that, right? That we understand that. Okay, so listen, I was told to put all the other cards back in, and look what we got again. Love. This time it came in right side up. So what I'm being told is, for those of you that this message was meant to serve, it's sinking in, sinking in. So now Spirit is saying, what are you going to do to increase your self-love? How are you going to increase your self-love? How are you going to show up more compassionately and loving to others, right? And then we got temptation, and this came in upside down, and both of these cards equal 10. So Spirit is saying it's time for you to end what's not serving you. It's time for you to release it, right? It's time for you to welcome in the new, embrace the new you, embrace all the blessings that you've been conjuring up, allow it to come in, right? And don't be tempted to fall back in those old patterns. Don't be tempted to fall back into those old beliefs, right? When you can overcome temptation, sometimes fear is an old pattern that you're tempted to latch on to. It's not really who you are. Embrace your inner divinity and don't be afraid to let your divine self shine, right? Now, when I got this card last night in a session, I got a much different message from the image, right? But today what I'm receiving is not so much you see a male and a woman, but more so the merging of your human self with your higher self. And that's what you're being called to do. When you can merge the two, then you're no longer tempted to live outside of your divinity, right? You're solid in who you are. And merging the two, your 3D self and your higher self, also includes embracing every aspect of you, your light and what some would perceive to be your dark side, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Hey, Dynell. Okay, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Diamond says, Spirit got us all thinking. Javi said, I'm thinking and listening to what you're saying. Awesome. Star Power Blue said, love unicorns. Yes, mermaids are my top favorite, but unicorns come in at a close second. Mimi said, yes, I agree. Nikki said, we are ready. Danielle said, it can be a challenge to be such a mirror. Oh, for Staria. Yes, 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 yes. Fancy said, I've been practicing my meditating. I recently received a physical manifestation of my connectedness in the form of a cloud formation unlike I've ever seen before. That is so amazing, Fancy, because you know what? The thing is, when you set your mind, your heart, and your spirit to say, I am ready, I am open, and you prove that through your actions, your blessings, your signs. And when I say your blessings, your signs, because the signs are blessings, right? They start to come quickly. They start to come quickly. We don't have to feel like I have to do this just right, perfect, and sit crisscross applesauce, with mudras and, all these things. And we don't have to do that. Just show up as you. The message that Spirit has been giving me for myself is come as you are, right? I kept saying to you guys, a lot of times I don't record because I'm in lounge clothes or I'm in my robe. And then Spirit was like, come as you are. So it's a thing now. Like I will be going live every other week Most likely for now. I don't know if it's going to be once a week where I'm in my lounge clothes, maybe my PJs, when it's cold, my robe, and we are just going to have a nightcap together where we are just receiving. I will be open to do mini readings for you. So you will have the PayPal link. You can do a $20 and come get a reading, a mini reading, and we are just going to have chat time. We're just going to hang out, right? But this was Spirit saying, come as you are, which means you don't have to be perfect because you already are. So I'm so glad that you're practicing and that you're seeing that these signs come quickly and just allowing Spirit to continue to guide you and show you the way, because you're not here coincidentally. We didn't connect coincidentally. The other people in your life that are in this place of embracing the light, that connection was not made by accident. So definitely in your power. So keep that up. Keep that up. Diamond said there's been a shift. Star Power Blue said new beginnings. Mimi said yes. Nicole said yes, this is for me. I can relate with everything you have been saying. I'm so grateful. Alata said since I hurt my back in October, I've not been able to work out. Walking too long brings me pain. Well, I fell back into an old habit of drinking. And, I can totally relate with that. I've literally been craving working out. I haven't worked out since the second surgery, and what Spirit is telling me and what Spirit is telling me to share with you is for us to show up and do what we can. What can we do? You know what I mean? Even if it's just a little bit. Part of us releasing that old and embracing the new includes the old version of ourselves. Now, when I say the old version of ourselves, it doesn't have to necessarily mean it's this low vibrating version of us, right? It can be that part of us that was thriving, that was doing great. But if this is our new normal, Spirit is saying it serves us to let go of that old self, even if it was thriving and doing great, and learn to thrive and do great in the now and who we are now, right? So a lot of that T message, give happiness and you will end up happy. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nikki said, and the signs never stop. It's beautiful and so confirming. It really is. It really is. Star Power Blue said, how can you enhance your spiritual gift? Well, it starts with meditation. It truly starts there. That is like the first step. When you start with your daily meditation, I recommend in the morning and in the evening, that enhances it. If you're looking for support with enhancing it, I offer the REM mentorship where we work together to help you really grow your gifts. So it just really depends on what you're ready for. But if you're not ready to work with someone, start with the meditation. Fancy said, yes, it came very quickly. I specifically asked for guidance and was told to put my feet in the water. I was on the boat alone, but I listened to Spirit. When I touched the water, I looked up and there it disappeared in minutes. I have no pics of the before and after. Incredible. It gave me chills. You know what's so funny? Sometimes when Spirit shows up, I'll be like, I gotta share this. Let me share this, right? And then Spirit's like, no, this one's for you. So that was for you. It was for you. And talking to a bunch of spiritual people, we believe it. We feel it. But that was just for you. You're so welcome, Star Power Blue. So yeah. So what I'd like you all to do, Cheryl said, I'm saying numbers a lot. That is definitely the divine speaking to you. When you see those numbers, look them up. And you can look them up by Googling. I always put the number first and then angel number. And whatever pops up, even if you've read it before, Spirit is showing you that message. Spirit is showing you those numbers so that you can get that message. And sometimes you may either come across a new link, a different link, or you may read it and receive a totally different message from the same message. So when you see that, make sure you look it up. So what I would like to ask that you all do while we're still live is in the comments, I would like for you to give yourself a message, your current self a message from your future self. So if your future self was going to say something to your current self, what would that message be? And leave it in the comments so that you're actually bringing it out of the cosmos and actually bringing it into this reality. So what message would your future self give to your current self? Leave it in the comments here in the live so that we can hold space for you and so that you can bring it into this reality, this current reality. Phyllis said, I do see colors a lot. And colors have meanings and messages too. So when you see that, again, looking that up, most recent when I was receiving Reiki from Staria, I had seen a purple pond, and then it was almost like, it wasn't like a regular pond. It felt like cosmic water, and it was like the purple was rising, and then it turned into a purple peacock. And so the message I received from what the purple peacock means, and then a number the other day, the number of subscriptions that were on my YouTube channel, I looked that up, and it was all in alignment. You know what I mean? So spirit will speak to us in many different ways. And when we look them up, we'll find that the messages are the same. And that's spirit letting you know, nope, it wasn't a fluke. It's not coincidental. We're here guiding you. We got you. Just keep moving. Keep moving your feet. You're so welcome. So welcome. Thank you, Phyllis. Blue and purple is amazing. And the last time I had my aura done, it was mostly blue with some purple and some white, but mostly blue. I love those colors. Oh, wow. Cheryl said I was born at 2:22 in the afternoon. I was born at 10:19 p.m. I just realized 10:19 is 10:10. Wait, yeah, 10:10. Pretty awesome. I don't think I thought about that before. Nicole said, I noticed since I've been meditating, I see bluebirds all the time and groups of them. Have you ever looked up what bluebirds represent? And Fancy said, message to self, trust your intuition, listen to your guides. They're blessing you and leading you to your greatest achievements. You'll stay on the journey. To your greatest achievements, yet stay on the journey. Awesome. And so it is. And so it is. Does anyone else have any messages from, your future self to your current self? And so it is. Stay on the journey. That is so amazing. You are so welcome. So welcome. I'm going to wait a few more minutes just to see what messages you all share from your future self to your current self so that we can hold space for you. Whoa, Diamond was born at 8:02, which is 10. Awesome. Nikki, what time were you born? I'm curious. Do you know? Javi, do you know what time you were born? I'm curious about Nikki because we have so many similarities, so many chords that connect us from past lives. We're both life path number 9. My birthday is the 28th. Hers is the 27th. February 28th, February 27th. Ooh, Javi, yours is 8. And no wonder you're such a night owl. That's part of why I am too. I was ready to roll. 10:19 p.m. Where's the party at? You don't got to smack me on my butt. I'm ready. Nikki said, I don't know the minutes, only it was 4 a.m. Star Power Blue 751. Awesome. So it doesn't look like you guys have any more messages to your current self from your future self. Nicole said, I get so emotional when I think about my past. I've been working on releasing, but still super heavy. What is your next step that you're being guided to take in regards to releasing that? Alatha said, thank you, Alatha, for never giving up. I knew you could do it. And so it is. And so it is. And said 2:39 a.m. I'm going to look that number up. Yes, look it up. Phyllis said, message to my future self, trust your intuition more and to love yourself more. It's okay to take care of yourself more. And so it is. Nicole said, loving myself. Alatha said, I put my message up at 11:28, which is my birthday. See, we're reborn every day, every minute, every second. Every day, every minute, every second. Cheryl, your highest self, I relate that to your soul. And your soul is the part of you that's directly connected to the divine. Your highest self is the part of you that has not been tainted by life's experiences, right? It's that inner divinity part of yourself. You are so welcome. Thank you so much, Fancy, for allowing me to serve you. Phyllis said, and not try to please everybody. Good, and so it is. And if you all notice, these messages that our future self is sending to our current self, they're messages that all of us can use, right? Diana said, trust, all you desire is coming with ease and flow. And so it is. And so it is. These messages, they resonate with all of us. It's not just our future self talking to just our current self, it's talking to all of us. Right, it is the higher consciousness that you carry. Nikki said, the you without ego. Exactly, exactly. Phyllis said, I'm a life path 7 and I'm a Capricorn. 7 is actually my favorite number. So, yes. And Fancy, I don't know if you finished listening to the recordings, if you're still interested in attending the 2020 Activating You retreat, but there's still some openings. And anyone else that's interested as well, there's still a few openings left. So reach out so we can get scheduled that connection interview to make sure it's a vibrational match, and then you can secure your spot. Fancy says 7 is my favorite. I have it tattooed. Yes, in your inbox, your inbox. I sent them after spiritual happy hour, and we had discussed the retreat. So when you get an opportunity, they're in there. So, yeah. And for those of you that are interested in a personal reading, of course, you can schedule with me, but you can also schedule with Nikki. You can also schedule with Javi. And the links to my website are in the description box. Also, if you haven't received your free copy of the Everything Starts with Remembering free ebook, make sure you do so. That's in the link as well. The description box, that link, I can't even talk, right? The link is in the description box. And in that interactive ebook, the lack language versus abundance language list is included, which is really powerful to help you shift to speaking abundance, because oftentimes we speak in lack and we aren't even aware of it. So with our speech, we're claiming things for ourselves, and our language can affect what we're able to manifest. So, okay, awesome. Phyllis said, "Oh, I think a lot and analyze stuff a lot all the time." You know, that'll also be released with meditation. I always said I was an overanalyzer, always was. Now I don't overanalyze because, I've learned to quiet my mind. I've learned to be in control of my life by allowing the divine to guide me. And so now every step that I take, I know is divinely guided. So there's no reason for me to overanalyze it, right? I don't overanalyze situations or people because I know the divine will show up and tell me if this serves my highest good or not. So when you begin with your meditation practice and you're consistent with it and you're setting the intention to increase your gift of discernment, then you can begin releasing that over analyzing as well. Star Power Blue, life path number 5. Awesome. Awesome. So I thank you all so much, those of you that are still on and those of you that join, those of you that catch the replay. And if you all are interested in this nightcap with me where we're just chilling out, lounging, and where those mini readings are available for $20, let me know. How it would work is I would give you my PayPal link, which is also in the description box. You will put your question in the comments after you pay for it, and then I'll pull cards for you and do a mini reading. And then in between the mini readings, we'll just be having chill time, chatting, just talking, going over whatever, enjoying each other's light and company. So if it's something that you're interested in or something that you feel you'd like to participate in, let me know. Let me know in the comments here. Let me know in the comments on Facebook, and we'll get started with that. Okay. So awesome. Awesome. Fancy says she's interested. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I was on one of Natalie's lives and I had her do a mini reading for me, and it was just such a good time. I believe I was on with her for like 3 hours, for like 3 hours. It was just so much fun. So much fun. So I was inspired. So yeah. Well, you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And I'm going to go heat up some of my ground walnuts that taste just like ground beef and put it on some salad and have me a little taco salad. I'm kind of hungry. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.